Greetings fellow Decepticons, SoundBlaster1987 here with my monthly vlog for March of 2023. Apologies for those who seeing two vlogs in 1 month at the moment. My February vlog was supposed to be coming out at the end of February, but the Mini-Force X knockoff Penta-Xtron reviews got in the way because there's so many of them at once. So I ended up pushing that back to the start of March, so apologies in advance for that. So, today's topic, I will be discussing the main points of the Transformers Crossovers Toylines. Note, I will not be discussing video game tie-ins and comic book stuff in this vlog because I'll be doing a separate video about that another time in future. My Little Pony, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, World of Warships, Magic the Gathering, all of that will be discussed in another vlog later down the line. This is all about the toy crossovers, and that one episode of the original G1 Transformers cartoon that Cobra Commander turned up in. So, when it comes to Transformers crossing over toy-wise with other franchises in the Hasbro network, the first thing you probably think of is G.I. Joe. And although Cobra Commander did appear in the Season 3 episode Only Human, and he's voiced by Chris Latta, who's also the voice of Starscream in that series, unfortunately, the first official G.I. Joe Transformer crossover figures weren't until the convention exclusives in 2013, which I'll touch on later on. Chronologically speaking, the first Transformers crossovers were in around 2006 when they first started making the Transformers Star Wars and Marvel crossovers. There were also a few Transformers and Star Wars crossovers in the Tactics board game type thing. You know, those things with a little posable statuette things that click when you roll the bases around on the ground and such like, as a sort of strategy game kind of thing. I'll go into more detail about Tactics in another future vlog when I've done more research on the topic. But basically they're very limited articulation, just up and down shoulders, and maybe a head swivel and a firing missile. So, without further ado, the first Transformers crossovers, not counting the Tactics line, were the Star Wars and Marvel Transformers from 2006 to 2012. The Star Wars Transformers turned into original saga-accurate vehicles such as the ARC 170 Starfighter, the Delta 7 Jedi Starfighter mold, the TIE Fighters of various forms, well, specifically Vader's TIE Advanced and the TIE Bomber, because the normal TIE and the TIE Interceptor never had figures. There were a couple of repaints of the Battle Drive that turned into the Armored Assault Tank, several things like the Clone Turbo Tank, the AT-T Walker, and several other Republic vehicles, and so forth throughout the line. The Jedi, for example, did end up being more or less the seekers of the Star Wars Transformers crossover line, with having so many of the Delta 7 mold being repainted and retooled with new heads to become different Jedi. Kit Fisto, Sae Tin, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Plo Koon, Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker, and possibly a couple others. I'll review the Kit Fisto figure at some point in future, which is the only one of that mold I've got. Some of them come with hyperspace docking ring accessories to increase their playability in both modes, because the engine pods of the hyperspace docking ring accessory have the missile launchers for the lightsabers. Sadly, attaching these things in robot mode makes them back heavy and hard to balance, which I'll cover more in my Kit Fisto review. The Marvel figures, on the other hand, are mostly Iron Man and Spider-Man, but characters like Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, Wolverine, and War Machine all got toys as well. There were others that were intended to be released, but they were cancelled in the final wave, such as a Thing repaint of the Bulldozer Hulk mold, a Human Torch that's blue and not on fire, as opposed to the transparent orange on fire Human Torch that was released, and another couple of combiner sets were supposed to be coming out but never got finished off, and so forth. Then, after that, came the 2013 convention-exclusive G.I. Joe figures, such as multiple G.I. Joe vehicles with 3 3/4 inch figures that were repainted and redesigned to look like Transformers characters. For example, a G.I. Joe bicycle motorcycle thing was redone in orange with a translucent green canopy as protecting the bot afterburner, and released with a retool of Scarlet for G.I. Joe character, or possibly Lady J, I can't remember, who was supposed to be Marissa Fairborn, the US government agent from season 3. And of course the G.I. Joe Sky Striker jet was done in both Skywarp, Starscream and Jetfire colours. There was a Skywarp version customised for fellow reviewer Phil Adams as present in one of his unboxing videos, but it was never officially released by Hasbro and Takara in those colours. Then of course there was the Transformers Prime Deluxe Soundwave mould, which was also repainted in black and yellow with a red visor to be the Battle Android Trooper mass-produced robot army created by Cobra in the cartoon series. This colour scheme would also carry over to the APC Toys Masterpiece scale knockoff of the Soundwave mould, Evil Noise, which I'll review in future. Then, following on from there, we also had two more remakes of old Star Wars Transformers crossover figures. We had a remake of the Darth Vader TIE Advanced design and a remake of the Han Solo Chewbacca Millennium Falcon combiner, both of which were about as warmly received as the originals, i.e. not very. The original Star Wars Transformers line also had a Death Star Darth Vader that could rival Armada Unicron and Cybertron Primus in size, except it was actually a physical sphere this time, minus the dent for the super laser dish. And they also created an animated Shockwave equivalent with the Anakin and Darth Vader Star Destroyer mold, which went even further than the animated Shockwave mold by having electronic voice clips in it. I'll review that one in future as well. I do have it, but I need to track down the accessories for it first because it's lost in the vault of collection at home. So, after that, of course, we come to the collaborative line from throughout the pandemic years, where Hasbro have basically been searching for any excuse to combine Transformers properties with other toy licenses that Hasbro owns. For example, the Top Gun Maverick, the both 801 and Masterpiece 10 Optimus Prime Ghostbusters repaint figures, Back to the Future from the Siege Sideswipe mould, and we've got a Project Bear in the works that's supposed to be allegedly a retool of the upcoming Polar Claw figure. More on that when the Polar Claw figure is finally released. Also, due to Hasbro acquiring Tonka and by proxy the GoBots franchise, there is now a repaint of the G1 Devastator mould in Tonka's original classic yellow colours, except replacing most of the purple combiner kibble with black for obvious Tonka reasons. That more or less concludes my look at the Transformers crossover lines. I'll be returning in April for my next vlog, which is going to be my top 10 predictions for which Super Sentai series to do next in the SMP or Shokugan modelling project line, which used to be called Super Minipla. I have already reviewed a few sets from this line in my channel before, so keep an eye out for future reviews. And my next review is going to be Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Long Haul. Until then, till all are one.